In today's scenario, France will become an empire. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for further content. And thank you for watching. So, France. A country that has been memed into oblivion. Has one city, which has one city where everybody wants to go and knows. Paris. Which is about there. And France, throughout history, has not been very fond of a few countries. Now they are, but they used to not be very fond of Germany, UK, let's see. They're Soviet era Russia. So you could say just all of these then. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Soviets. They weren't fond of that. At some point they weren't fond of Spain. And at some point they weren't really fond of most of these countries, actually. Italy is one of them for a little bit. But throughout history, France has disliked them. So, right now, French like all these countries because they're both in the same organizations like NATO and the EU, except Britain. I would like to say that all of those alliances, even if they're not military like the EU, they have been disbanded. So if France declared war on Belgium or Luxembourg or the other ones, or Germany even, then they wouldn't have to face all of these countries. I want to preface this by this is a fake scenario or it's not real. Okay? Okay. Spain has now kind of disintegrated a bit, and so France and Spain are allies, so France decides it's time to help out their ally here, and they declare war on these rebellious groups. So Spanish troops work on this front line over here with this place, and this will be Galicia, and the French work over there. So they're pushing in there, and the French work to sever Catalonia from Catalonia, and they push in. So these uprisings aren't very strong, but we do see some resistance to this. But yeah, it wasn't going to go well for them. And Galicia is also knocked out besides some little fighters. So now Spain is whole again. In this peace treaty, we see France annexing Catalonia because it was being rebellious, and Spain just, staying the same besides Catalonia, so they're a bit more stable now. But now, of course, where would France go? And Germany and Italy also have an idea of where France would go, right? Right. No, Switzerland is basically just a mountain, so the French are going to push in, take Geneva, Swedes are going to push in, take their respective lands, and the Germans are going to push in too. But at this point, Switzerland doesn't really... They come over here, take Bern, which I think is the capital of Switzerland. If I'm wrong, don't correct me in the comments, I will sue you. So they keep pushing in, but at this point, there's no point. So basically, Switzerland just surrenders. Because it's just mountain at that point. So yes, this treaty, Switzerland has been partitioned. So yeah, yes, they've been partitioned. So where does a France like this go next? The correct answer is actually shocking. No, it's not. Anyway, Belgium and Luxembourg. So, Luxembourg gone, in the first 5 seconds of this war. And Belgium is not gonna do great either. These are, not strong countries. The Lowlands is not, Lowlands aren't very strong countries. So, sadly, they are just gonna go ahead and just, stop existing. And goodbye, Lowlands. This France, it's so big and so beautiful, right? It's getting pretty strong, too. Do you know who doesn't? Do you know? But, there's another place where France decides, hey, maybe maybe I should go there. Germany. As well as the Netherlands. Now, in this war, we see a few things happening, like the Luxembourgish regions down here. Yeah, no, those are now French. Luxembourgish. How do you say Luxembourg? I said Luxembourg, didn't I? No, that's Switzerland. Switzerland. They push out from Alsace-Lorraine. Alsace and Lorraine, because provinces. They push basically everything they wanted. Everything they wanted out of the Netherlands, because they don't want much. And they moved to get up the Rhine River, which runs like that, I think. So they push in towards that area. But the Germans aren't weak, so they're not going to try to take back the Luxembourg region, but they're gonna push from here, and they're gonna push in, and they're gonna take back. I'm kidding. They're gonna push into this front line. Now France is scared because Paris is like there, but Germany's gonna embolden its front line and push in towards, do a bit of blitzkrieging, cut off these French forces, make sure that they get encircled. Netherlands is freed, and now France is very, very scared. But if you're talking about countries that so what France is going to do Germany is going to do is just slither around the coast, basically. Just gonna go like this and try to embolden their front line here. Try their best to take Paris, like in World War II. So now they're pushing. Paris is actually there. What was I talking about? But the French do use this opportunity to go behind the German lines and bulken their lines up, push across the Rhine River, and encircle all the German troops. These German troops do not care though, as they basically just continue blitzing through France. They go over here, and they do take Paris. But the problem with this is that they're not supplied anymore, so they just kind of goodbye. Now with Germany losing most of its army, they're just not doing great anymore. So they lose all of their lands around the Rhine, more land down south, and it's just not looking good for them. The Dutch are dead. Goodbye the Netherlands. So yes, this war was a lot quicker than it would go down in real life. But yes, there you go. Germany's gonna go ahead and surrender so they don't get a harsh peace treaty. Settled on the German war, which these borders, France are really big now. Something happens here. Something big happens. Britain decides it's time for the 7th coalition. Come on, Italy. Come on, Spain. Come on, the Balkans. Come on, the Balkans. Serbia can never be in this, actually. So I'm just gonna do the Balkan nations that would actually join. So like, if we got Croatia, it would. Greece. There you go. Russia. I'm just kidding. So France is a bit screwed here. Spain is, if you're not in Spain in this war, Spain is just mad that they didn't get their land back. So but yeah, they're not very strong. So yeah. Spain is not going to do very well in this war. But yeah, Spain is just kind of dead. Goodbye, Spain. Yeah, no, Spain's just basically dead. I'm not gonna hold out for now though. France is gonna break through the Alps somehow. I don't know. You can come up with a reason how they did it. They're doing it. It's Hannibal. They're doing it Hannibal style. You know, You know the Carthaginian guy? Oh, London is about there. But the Brits are gonna just push in to a bunch of the areas, cut off this giant division down here. It's gonna last for now though, because it's pretty big, so it's gonna last for now. The French are gonna push like deeper into Italy, a bit deeper into Spain, and the French are gonna try to push back the British. They're not gonna be able to break the encirclement though, and this is not going well. The British make a landing on Brittany, as well as in Normandy, D-Day Part 2. Even though that was the Americans. And now the France's northern coast is just gone. And the British are slithering down this one too. So now the French's main priority is to get Italy out of this war, so that's exactly what they start doing. Spain collapsed like decades ago at this point, and Italy can't last very much longer. All of these troops can now go, except all the Spanish troops now go up to the line, and they push back the British down here, but as they do that, the British manage to knock out all of this territory up north, except for this little area down there, and start emboldening their front line. Most of the core French territory is like not probably going to. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So okay, so now the French are at direct losing Paris. I think Paris is still. I think if Paris is not still there, then it's there now. Okay, so now they're like at direct threat of losing Paris. So the British start sieging the city, and this does not look like it's going great for the French. Yeah, no, France isn't doing very great. The poor French. Except, so now all of these troops that are from any other front lines have now came back, and they're pushing through, encircling massive divisions and taking massive British forces. They're pushing back towards Normandy and Brittany, and taking most of those two provinces back. They push in, encircle these divisions, and make their headway at bulging up towards lowlands, which they had just lost. So they push more and more until they reach the Netherlands, and they go slither back up their coast. They keep fighting the Brits in Brittany, but this is going pretty well for the French now. And as the French enter into the British Isles and get this close to London, as well as landing here in Cornwall, the Brits decide it's probably the best idea to surrender. So that's exactly what they do. And these nations, we're just gonna forget that I added those ones. Okay. France, you are big. You are big, France. So they took all of Cornwall plus some English lands, even though Cornwall is English. They took some land from Spain. They took northern Italy and some of the Croatian lands. So the rest of Croatia just united with Slovenia, who also got that happen. Don't ask what happened to Austria. The French just asked them if we could have your mountain territory, and they said yes. So they gained Sardinia, and that's about it, actually, for the peace treaty. So now the French are massive and the biggest threat to all of Europe now. The English tried, but they could not. The British tried, but they could not get them out of this land. So this is where we're gonna end the scenario. I know it's a bit shorter than my usual ones, but this is just where it's gonna end. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.